Oh wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 278 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. A podcast made by the players, for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we're going to be talking about how Haven Studios is officially a part of PlayStation Studios. We're going to be talking about the PlayStation Stars loyalty program, and is PlayStation Plus Premium actually worth it yet? All that and more on this episode of The Trophy Room. But with all that said, and with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. It was real hot today. Oh boy. I got in my car after work. My car said 98 degrees.
No way.
Not Nick Lachey wasn't in the car. It just was 98 degrees.
I actually got that reference.
Yeah, it was way too hot. Came home, hopped in the pool. The pool, too warm for my liking. It was like warm bath water. It was like 90 degrees in there. It wasn't that refreshing, but you know what? It was better than whatever it was.
Is that even allowed? Like I know like there's heated pools and that's luxurious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But even like heated pools is like it's lukewarm, which is great. But is that even allowed, do you think? Hot pool water? Like sun beating down?
In what way? I
don't know, like are you lying to me? It's always supposed to be refreshing. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's an above ground pool. I have no. It is what it is. It's just standing water in the heat. You know, whatever. But I did come home to this shirt I ordered finally.
Ooh.
Are you familiar with these characters at all, Joe?
They are Final Fantasy people with witch hats.
Hey,
from
very
Final
good.
Fantasy. Wait, please.
Oh, come on.
Either 8 or 9.
Make your choice.
You love Final Fantasy. I'm gonna say 9.
Hey, congratulations. Way to go.
Oh my God.
I'm shocked. I love both of those games. But for those listening and not watching.
That was a pure friendship test right there.
That was great.
Oh God, thank God I passed.
If you're familiar with the old like meme t-shirts of the 3 wolves howling at the moon.
Yeah.
This is that, but with the black waltzes from Final Fantasy IX. Just kind of looking off into the moon. And I saw this when Wholesome Games was an indie showcase thing. They do their yearly show on, I think it's called YETEE.
Yeah.
YETEE. And they had a whole bunch of shirts. I bought their shirt, which is awesome. But I saw this, was like, I have to. Yeah. It has to be mine, and I'm very happy.
And it's enlarged and in charge, like.
Oh yeah, baby!
You loved it.
I love when companies, actually do that.
I hate when companies go, "Oh, this is a 3X,"
but right? It's totally not.
But it's a 1X. Like, don't give me that.
I'm fine with not having the high-end fabric material.
Yeah.
I want to wear the design.
Exactly.
So give me just like the Gildan heavy cotton, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to wear what's on the shirt. Like sure, it might feel better. I don't care.
Yeah. Like real talk, and we'll talk about PlayStation in a sec, okay?
Yeah.
We're celebrating my best friend's birthday, right? And my mother, she wanted to get her a Stranger Things t-shirt of Hopper, because that's her favorite character, obvious reasons.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm gonna get her like a large. We're just gonna play it safe. This thing was a small. And like the image is warped. It's like the Amazon ones, you're gonna get the wrong design, the wrong color.
Real talk
and image. Yeah.
My mom bought me. I wear basketball shorts around the house, and like I sleep whatever. They're like my go-to.
Yeah.
She bought me a couple pairs for Christmas from Amazon Basics.
Oh God.
The first one I put on, the pockets were sewed backwards.
No way.
Yeah. So like instead of, going to the front when you put things in, they went to the back. So it felt like I was holstering like my phone and stuff when I'm walking around the house. Not great. And you'd be like, yeah, kind of just wear it backwards. Yeah. The drawstring would be in the back then.
How?
No, I'm going to wear it the way I'm supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazon Basics, they should their slogan should be, at least we tried. Like with a question mark, because everything Amazon Basics.
Life imitates art. We're just imitating something.
There you go. That's the best one ever. I saw, okay, last one. I saw a meme of like someone going, imagine walking up to the court with this and it's an Amazon Basics basketball.
I
like,
saw that. Yes.
I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, I would be like, go home.
That's the Zazzle of Amazon.
That said, I want to open up the show with a question from Gav Williamson. He says, not a question. Oh, you lied to me, Gav.
Oh,
He goes, just wanted you to wish me a happy 40th birthday. Hope you're both doing well and home safe after the wedding. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Yeah, and listen, we'll be talking more about the wedding that we were at. We were able to touch each other's faces on the post show. Yeah. It's going to be a great show. But I had a blast. Happy birthday, Gav. And...
I hit it too early. My man. Happy birthday, Gav.
Yeah. I hope you have a nice one, you know?
Yeah. We love you. We appreciate you. Absolutely. Everyone else, birthday shoutouts are not free.
That's right. $5, little man. Put that ish in my hand. That being said, a little bit of housekeeping. But also, like, you know.
We love you. It's fine. I will shout out your birthday. You can just DM me. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll tweet at you. All right. That said, just a little bit of housekeeping before we start this show up. The Last of Us Part 1 giveaway. We announced it last episode. And all you have to do, it's pretty simple. Bear with us here. If you want a copy of The Last of Us Part 1 digital edition, all you have to do is rate us 5 stars on Apple and or Spotify. If you rate us on both, guess what? You're double entered. Send us a snapshot of that review by August 25th, and you're entered to win The Last of Us Part 1 digital edition. If you're a patron, you're also entered. If you've already given us a review, guess what? You're in an Excel sheet. You're locked in. Don't worry about it. So please go ahead, rate us 5 stars. It really does help us out, grows this show, and maybe you get to win an awesome copy of a game that's amazing. All on the house. And, of course, it's time for our Patreon pitch. I want to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's what we say each and every week. If we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your life situation is, it really does help us out if you throw us a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I want to thank our newest patrons, Stone Cold ET, which I want to now see that crossover. Stone Cold Steve Austin meets
with
E.T.
the vest, right? Yep. With like the glittery E.T.
E.T. says so.
It's E.T. and then the emojis for phone home going down one side.
Yep.
And then on the back, it's just Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, like Vince McMahon's the man. Like literally.
He comes out on the red bike.
Oh, Stone Cold. That one's well deserved. Astronaut Jr., not to be mistaken for Astronaut Senior at the Silver Plus tier. I want to thank our Platinum producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Gold members, Too Soon, Gavin Gottfried, Jose Jimenez, Jedi Master Ren, Metal Kirby, Stephen Flesh, and Strubles and Bits. I want to thank our Silver Plus members, Awesome Dave, Hide Indoors, Marcus O'Neill, JB the Purple Monkey, Jadus Von Metal, Tim Ulf, Justin Rodriguez, Cypher Primus, Captain Logan, Brenton Zachary, K Grimm, Rick Arrington, Dewane Raksha, The Good Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, Drellish, Foolish Fuji, Annie Daynell, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, the Lord Commander Corgi, Elo 2032, Jinx the 29th, Bubble Boy N7, Jesse Garcia, Hambone, the Aztec King, Millennial Falcon Gaming, and Darth Simon, the Pie Man. Have you come here to eat my delicious bakery goods?
I didn't know where you were going with that. It made sense, but when you said eat my, I was like, oh boy, Joe, what are you going to say?
I will do what I must. All right, Kyle, all that tomfoolery aside, it is finally time to square up the news.
First bit of news that needs to be squared up is from Rebecca Smith over at PS Lifestyle. Rebecca writes, PlayStation Studios cloud technology to improve now that Haven deal is official. PlayStation Studios cloud technology looks set to be dramatically improved now that Haven Studios has officially become a member of the group. The acquisition deal between the two companies was made official today, and studio founder Jade Raymond has explained how both their, quote, Forward-thinking R&D and expanding on their studio in the cloud technology was one of the main attractions for PlayStation. Haven Studios originally started as a cloud team with no office, Raymond told GamesIndustry.biz. Those 6 people were, quote, working on new ways to work via the cloud. But the studio has since hired more than 20 more engineers to focus on long-term cloud innovation because we really believe it's going to be a game changer in terms of how games are made. Instead of making a cloud game, the team is focusing on improving cloud technology for other game developers to use in the future. One of the other features attracting the attention of fellow PlayStation studios is how the studio operates. Haven has no IT in the studio because everything is automated in the cloud, and this has created some inspiration for those studios. Their forward-thinking R&D has also caught the attention of the PS4 and PS5's lead system architect, Mark Cerny, although Raymond wouldn't elaborate on this too much at the moment.
Okay, so finally, a part of the family. It's something to note that this was announced back in late March.
Honestly, forgot all about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like them entirely, or just like, oh, that they
no, not the team. No, just that this was already kind of like a done deal, and this is just the finalization of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like the shaking of the hands type of deal. You know?
Sign on the dotted line.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to note, this happened in March. The Bungie acquisition has happened in January. That has yet to be finalized yet. It seems like it will be by the end of Q3, if I'm not mistaken. So things are happening here at PlayStation. I want to just get everybody's eyes on this one piece of the pie, because I feel like we're looking in various different directions. There's one thing that they note here, and I think it's important. New ways of working, right? Working on new ways to work via the cloud. I think what the last 2 years have taught us is that people can work from home in various departments, and especially in software design, especially in PR. The video game industry has gone in this kind of shuffling of how to get talent to your office, or just how to get talent working for you from their home. So the one thing that I think is interesting here is one of the things that they're working on is trying to get people to work from home or at the comfort of their home, so that they don't have to move to various states or different countries in order to work, which I find super fascinating. And it's really awesome to see that perhaps some of these things that they were doing have been rolling out to other studios, because you're seeing, Naughty Dog, you're seeing Santa Monica, you're seeing Insomniac, you're seeing Sucker Punch, all post for, hey, this is work from home, 48 states, Canada, where you're all welcomed to work for us. That is a huge, huge get here, Kyle. What are you chuckling about?
Because you said 48 states, I'm thinking, what are the 2 that aren't welcome?
Real talk. I think it's legitimately West Virginia. It's a good one. I think it's like West Virginia and like Missouri. Those are the states that are like.
I thought that was just like a
me not recognizing Mississippi.
Probably, I don't know.
We shouldn't. Texas finally gets their wish. Like, that said, like, there are so many, I think, barriers being broken here, which is really awesome to see, because at this very point in time, this industry is starving for talent, and the talent has never had more power than they do right now. Just take a look at the Activision, Raven Studios QA unionization, for example. Like, workers are beginning to realize, oh, we should maybe start getting treated a little bit more respect, and maybe even more so going, hey, we can actually make working from the comfort of our own home a reality, which is really awesome to see. That being said, Kyle, we could talk about cloud technology. I have no idea what the cloud technology does. It's in the sky.
I know the water cycle: evaporation, precipitation,
exactly,
condensation, all the Asians.
Yeah, you got the NASA telescope taking pictures of things. I don't understand that either.
Yeah,
I don't understand how that works.
You'll learn about more of that on the post show.
Absolutely will. I'm just full of chaos. That being said, Where do you want PlayStation to go with this cloud, gaming? Is it something that you think we're going to see, or not really see? It's going to be something in the back end with how studios handle their tools or how they communicate with each other, or do you think this is going to be more consumer side, like, hey, maybe we're going to finally get something like an xCloud or whatever that
Sure.
Microsoft calls it now on the PlayStation end? Because I would personally love that. Where do you want to see that head?
I again, big dum dum over here when it comes to cloud stuff. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it would work in game. Like what that would even look like.
Yeah,
Other than obviously rendering things in the cloud before you get to them to make it easier and whatnot.
absolutely.
But I feel like this is a great move to help with the streaming PS3 games, right? Like, combining it with the Gaikai acquisition years ago. That was the original, like, this is how PlayStation Now has become a thing.
Hmm.
And just kind of really leaning into it and rely and have a good what's the word I'm looking for? Base for streaming games
Yeah,
on PlayStation. I feel like that is the way that they are going with this, and to bring it to all studios so they all know how to do it. And obviously, Jade Raymond coming from Google Stadia, she probably learned a lot about how Stadia does things and how they probably use cloud in the workplace and whatnot, and that whole system and ecosystem is built
yeah.
up upon that. So they have experience in that, and obviously, why not add Jade to the team and bring that to the fold? Kind of like how when they bought Bungie, that helps with the games as service throughout PlayStation Studios. This is just another thing to help all studios on the back end.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in how this is going to affect their game development. Like, how
Mm,
much time are they going to put into both?
yeah.
Because they are still a small team, right? 26 people.
I mean, that's a great point. Yeah. Now she says it's over 100. So like
Oh,
the
okay.
team has grown rapidly, but like, yeah, how many of those folks are working on the game? How many of those folks are working on this thing?
Hmm.
Are they kind of working in tandem to kind of test out the infrastructure while like testing out this game? Like,
Is one person preparing that IT AI for every single possible thing that will ever happen?
exactly.
Like, what happens if someone drops a piece of jelly in the keyboard?
Yeah. All
How's
of it.
that going to get fixed?
But I think, you make a really good point. It's like, obviously, this can't be the most groundbreaking thing because the team's still growing. And we're not going to see it in the foreseeable future because they're
Yeah.
still making this game. But I would really like them to go in that xCloud route. When I play xCloud, it's not like the most mind blowing thing, but it's good enough. And when it's good
Hmm.
enough on a phone, and whether you're on a break, whether you're on the bus, wherever have you, that is really benefit. Or on the couch and your partner's like streaming Stranger Things, and your PS5 is DOA. Like, having that option would be awesome. But then also just knowing where PlayStation is. Like, let's be realistic with each other here. The cloud streaming on our end, let's be honest, ain't that great. But
Sure.
seeing that PlayStation has put in the effort and has partnerships with the likes of Xbox, that has Azure, that is
Hmm.
supposedly the best cloud servers that money can buy, with then these visionaries from Haven, I think that's a kind of a match made in heaven, where you're kind of trying to test out where you're going to think cloud gaming is going to go. And why not have one of the people that started it with Stadia heading this division
Yeah.
without the shackles of Google? And I
Hmm.
think that's something that is really interesting. We're seeing Xbox do it right now with Kojima. Kojima's like, I want to make a weird cloud-based game. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, what do you need? We need to make this whole thing more robust. I need another just team working on your cloud to get this game off the ground. They're like, say no more, fam. And they did.
Hmm.
So I think that's what you're seeing on the PlayStation side as well. So I'm really interested to see how this goes for the future of not just, how cloud is going to impact us, but how it's going to impact the industry as a whole. And it's also something to note. when you take a look at all the PlayStation acquisitions, for the most part, it is, yes, you make really awesome games, but you're also doing something really interesting on the back end. Like when you take a look at,
it's
Haven,
not just for IPs anymore or
it's
franchises.
It's for the talent. It's for the
Yeah.
tech. It's for the tools. You take a look at Haven, they got the talent. They're making the tools. When you take a look at Bungie, they have the IP, but they also have this way of monetization that absolutely kills. So that Sony absolutely wants
And how to support a games and service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you take a look at like Bluepoint, they know how to make they know how to reimagine a classic. And then even with, Housemarque, their IP, as much as, I love Resogun, aren't lighting the world on fire. It's that team that they believe in, that they want to just throw money at. And then it makes amazing games like Returnal. So for me, it's awesome to kind of see where PlayStation's mind's at when it comes to acquisitions. And it's not all just about IP. It's also about that talent.
On that list of other acquisition, Nixes as well. Like PC porting, known for their porting games to PC. Like obviously they are making moves that not only will make us happy as gamers, but like smart business decision moves where they're going everywhere.
Yeah.
And trying to do everything and being smart about it.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a great point. When you take a look at Nixus, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered coming to PC, they're just making more of these. They're expanding that team to go forth and put Ragnarok, put, Forbidden West on PC as well. So you're right, Kyle. It's not just about IP, but it's about expansion. So that's really awesome. That said, Kyle, what's also really awesome?
What?
This new PlayStation Stars loyalty program I'm really excited for.
Yeah. A big shout out to our lost episode, because we would not have gotten this on this week's episode if it wasn't for that.
If we did not delay the episode till today, you would have not gotten.
You would have to wait a whole week. It's crazy. Yeah. Jordan Midler over at VGC writes, Sony reveals PlayStation Stars, a new loyalty program featuring digital collectibles. Before I read, hold on, everybody. Don't worry. It's not those kind of digital collectibles. Sony has revealed PlayStation Stars, a new loyalty program that'll be free to join. The program, which PlayStation says will allow players to, quote, earn rewards by completing a variety of campaigns and activities, launches later this year. PlayStation Stars will also introduce a new reward, which Sony is calling digital collectibles. According to a PlayStation blog post announcing the new scheme, the items are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans enjoy, including figurines of beloved and iconic characters from games and other forms of entertainment, as well as cherished devices that tap into Sony's history of innovation. There will always be a new collectible to earn, an ultra rare collectible to strive for, or something surprising to collect just for fun, it says. It's definitely not NFTs, Grace Chen said, Vice President of Network Advertising, Loyalty and License Merchandise, told the Washington Post.
What a title.
That's a huge title, Grace. Congratulations. Quote, definitely not. You can't trade them or sell them. It is not leveraging any blockchain technologies and definitely not NFTs, end quote. All PlayStation Stars members will have opportunities to earn loyalty points, reads the PS blog post. Players will also be rewarded for things as earning a specific trophy or being the first in a region to platinum a game. Quote, points can be redeemed in a catalog that may include PSN wallet funds and select PlayStation Store products. As an additional benefit, PlayStation Plus members enrolled in PlayStation Stars automatically earn points for purchases on PlayStation Store, end quote. There's a lot of S sounds in this article and it's messing me up. PlayStation Stars will roll out later this year in a phased regional approach, according to Sony. It's currently unclear which regions will be included when the service launches in full later this year. Quote, we hope this new program brings to mind past gaming memories while making you excited for the future with PlayStation. Commemorating the gaming eras we created together, charting new paths to explore, and bringing players together for global celebrations, Sony's statement reads.
Ooh wee. There's a lot of stuff to kind of break this down, but the internet told me this is pretty much the Xbox rewards. So PlayStation's just copying Xbox.
I have some thoughts.
Tell me about your thoughts, because like to me, it's like everybody has a loyalty program. This is another one. This is really neat. Seems like they're doing some interesting things with it.
I mean, we've said it for a while. I feel like it's really cool that they're actually doing, like, trophies are not just going to be just a artificial thing.
Yeah.
Like, earning trophies is going to give you points, which then you can then buy new games with them.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is a great thing. And honestly, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Even though I hate that we live in this kind of society with this kind of thing, I could totally see PlayStation Home making a comeback in VR. And we can go to each other's VR's homes and check out each other's collectibles that we've earned. And that being like our PlayStation's own metaverse.
Oh, where God, you said the bad word.
I know, I hate it.
You said a bad word. I don't understand it, but I've been told to hate it.
Reasons right now. Yeah,
Elon's
I just feel like
perked, and that's how you know.
What? $14 billion? Huh? You can just send that my way, Elon. It's totally fine. So I can see them maybe, even working with Haven and with the cloud stuff, and just kind of all coming together and do that. But that's regardless. This is a great idea. Yeah. I love when they do those little programs where, as a PlayStation community as a whole, let's earn these many trophies to unlock phase 2 and then unlock phase 3. And then the first person to answer this question at this time, the first 10 people will win a PlayStation 4 or 5 or like these prizes. Like, I love that kind of stuff. It brings everyone together. It makes you want to go play on PlayStation. I'm already like more excited than ever to actually play more games. I've seen a lot of hesitation when it comes to the first to platinum a game.
Why?
That's going to be a little bit unfair, quote unquote. Because there are a lot of, reviewers and influencers that get codes early.
Oh. Well, I've been told that IGN doesn't even finish the games that they review. So,
I mean, that's fair.
And why would YOLO420XX, lie to me on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very, very odd.
If it's been said on the internet, it's true.
And I also think in the blog it stated only for like the blockbuster games. So not every game is going to be first to platinum, I don't think.
Yeah.
Even though I was the first in the world.
None of your dollar platinums, Kyle.
No. But those trophies will count for loyalty, probably.
Maybe. Do you think every single game is going to count?
I would hope so.
Oh, then we have a problem. Those dollar platinums now start to become a little problematic.
So here's the thing, though. Okay. I think that in turn will kind of like fix that problem where there'll be a little bit of quality control, right? You can't just have a game with 16 gold trophies and a platinum like most of these easy plats are. Like, if you are going to do it, they're going to be all bronze, and then the loyalty points, they're going to be like worth 16th of a point.
Here's the thing. Like that. Here's the thing. The way that I've heard how the trophy system, like how you get it, like, I guess validated or whatever, is already a little bit obtuse. Sure. And like there are just some people that are flat out denied. They're like free to play games. Like Fortnite should have its own trophy list. I've put hundreds of hours. Please, I would get that plat, but it's not allowed because it's a free to play game. Same with Apex Legends. It's not allowed because it's a free to play game. So
does Warframe have a trophies?
I think it has trophies, just doesn't have a platinum. If it's a free to play game, it does not. And that to me really sucks, but it is to help balance the influx of what would be then a whole bunch of free to play games that, bloat your trophy score. Cough, cough, Kyle, what you do with those 25-cent games. But that's a problem. So that is, hopefully, you're right. Hopefully this leads to more curation of what's actually coming onto the store. But it is worrisome because we've seen it, like whether it's Steam, whether it's, whether it is PlayStation Store, Nintendo Store, when it comes to curation, they're just like, hey, can we make money off this? yeah, all right, it's on, and they kind of walk away from it. So that does worry me. But what doesn't worry me is how they've very much said these are definitely not NFTs.
Yeah.
These are non-fungibles. Funge the shit out of these trophies, they say.
Right? Yeah.
This is not powered by a blockchain. I've never seen a physical blockchain. Why would I trust a digital one? That's great, because I feel like whether you believe in that tech or not, it has been muddied by rich folks that don't understand it, that want to try to get you to understand it. There's a lot of pyramid schemes here.
Absolutely.
And it's great that PlayStation's like, no. But how much do you want to bet that this was maybe a part of
an
blockchain?
NFT thing?
And then they saw...
I think at the very beginning,
yep,
it probably was.
like you could trade these. But I also think that these are essentially the Steam trading cards. Like, you get cards, and you could trade them on the Steam Marketplace. It was popular for 5 minutes on that Steam Marketplace. I think that's what the equivalent is here.
Hey, that's cool. One of my favorite things at PSX when I was there was gathering the cards from different booths and having my own deck of PlayStation just playing cards, which you can't really play with, but like they're cool. I have an actual physical platinum trophy card. Like it's very cool.
Yeah. And the one thing that I want to kind of like give the rundown, free to join.
Yeah.
You get rewards again by completing campaigns, activities, trophies. Loyalty points can be redeemed for PlayStation wallet funds for select titles. And PlayStation Plus subscribers will earn additional points to spend in the PlayStation Store, redeemable for standalone games, DLCs, collectibles, plus more. And yeah, future like monthly check-ins and all that. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I know like Xbox does it. I know every time I'm in the dashboard, they're like, you can redeem
I'm
5 tokens.
Naive to that. I did not know Xbox had it. I know Nintendo has their gold coins.
Yeah.
When you buy things on the store, and then at checkout, you can use them as like a discount, like a coupon thing.
Well, actually,
cool.
That leads to the first question. From the most famous Seamus I've ever met in my entire life, who writes in via our Discord server, just like you can too, link down below, join the community, have fun with everybody, or maybe fight me. I don't know. Please don't. I've had enough death threats for 1 month. Famous Seamus writes, would you rather have PlayStation offer physical goods through the Stars program, similarly like Club Nintendo, or are you okay with digital goods? Great question. Great question.
A great question. Right now, I'm okay with digital goods.
Just give me money. Just like my birthday.
At the end of the day, there's got to be something cool, I guess, for me to like actually put my hard-earned trophies and loyalty points for a. Just because off the top of my head, we just played it, the 8 Escape Net,
right? Digitally,
you know, like why not just take a discount so I can buy more games?
Yeah, and I think to go back on that point as well, it's awesome when you're like you beat Ghost of Tsushima and you're like, hey, you beat Ghost of Tsushima, here's a free wallpaper. Hey, you beat Horizon, here's a free wallpaper.
Those emails.
I know, I wish I could get them too. Maybe that's what Jade Raymond's working on in the back.
Yeah, please.
Our emails would actually work. Maybe we could buy something from PlayStation Direct. Who knows? Who knows? But nonetheless, like, yeah, if I could go back and go, oh wow, hopefully they bring back wallpapers to PS5. Hey, you completed this, here is a wallpaper. You completed this, here's a special icon. Here's Jin Sakai, but in platinum. Like, all that type of stuff. Like, that'd be really cool.
I would, maybe I'm getting too far in the weeds here with my VR idea. But, like, imagine every trophy you get, you have an actual trophy room in VR. And you walk in and...
this show?
I hope so.
Or will they sue us for the name?
I mean, we were here first. I don't know.
Tune in for episode 300 where that eventually happens.
But like you walk in the room and you can like pick up the different trophies for doing the thing in game.
Yeah.
And when you pick it up in VR and you look at the bottom, the clip plays or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just like something to make it more immersive and more celebratory.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah. I like this idea. I really do. And that said, they go, famous Seamus asks, what series would you like to see have collectibles in the Star program first? Oh, I mean, y'all know.
Bloodborne, baby.
Give me that
Right?
saw cleaver digitally.
Yeah.
Talk about that metaverse. Like if you're just like oh god,
Imagine you can just bring it to any game
exactly.
you want.
Just like in VR, like oh my god, that'd be.
What's up, Stray? It's like Ready. It's Ready Player One in PlayStation. You can just bring other weapons and other things.
God, that would be really cool.
Yeah, Bloodborne obviously is a good one for you. I mean, not to brag, I already have this physically in real life, but like Last of Us Part 2, and you get the trading cards.
Golf club? Oh,
no. You get the trading cards, the collectibles from in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I was thinking like the Buster Sword.
Ooh,
like
materia?
Like that would be really cool as well. There's a lot of things that they can do here, man. I'm really liking that they're doing this. It's not to really more so bring people in the ecosystem, but reward people for being in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see. But one last question from Ask What Not Why. Hello, Joseph and Kyle. Regarding PlayStation Star program, I think it's a horrible idea. Giving players rewards, ! Question mark, ! If the game isn't rewarding itself, tough titty. I think players should be the ones rewarding Sony. Giving back to a community is just wrong, and it's not what this world's about. Honestly, I know. All of this is opposite of how I truly feel, by the way. I already give them my money, so go ahead and take my time. It might also be cool to give the community a way to work through these activities and challenges together. But I do suppose working together has not always been our strongest skill set as a community, but that is a topic for another day. Sincerely, Jose Rage Against the Machine Jimenez.
I love it.
Truer words have never been said. We're always upset.
Yeah.
The direct isn't good enough.
Nothing's ever good enough.
State of Play is never good
enough. It's just a DLC.
Ragnarok's just a DLC. What else? Starfield is a JPEG. I don't know. Phil Spencer his hairline isn't perfect enough, you know. Jim Ryan is sentient and has human feelings. None of these things are actually true, but we say them nonetheless.
Just really quick before we move on to the next news that needs to be squared up. When I first sent you this tweet, with the news, did you at all think that this was a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale announcement?
Oh, God.
Because I did for a split second.
I thought I'm like, PlayStation Stars? What? And for a split second, I had hope, but then it was dashed.
And then I saw somebody on Twitter did a full fighter select screen like Smash with a ton of PlayStation characters. I'm like, oh my God, it looks so good. Never again, though.
We'll never get it again. Just like how Jason Schreier says we'll never get a Bloodborne.
How dare you? How dare you? Have faith. Confidence.
Gusto. It's going to happen. And then we get to rub it in Schreier's face. Kyle, take away the next story, sir.
Logan Moore over at comicbook.com writes, The Last of Us Part 1 has officially gone gold. Naughty Dog's upcoming PlayStation 5 remake of The Last of Us, which is formerly being titled The Last of Us Part 1, has officially gone gold. PlayStation only announced a little over a month ago that it was even working on such a remake in the first place. Now Naughty Dog itself has confirmed that its work on the project is now wrapped up. Revealed via social media, Naughty Dog let fans know today that The Last of Us Part 1 has now reached gold status. If you're not familiar with this term, it essentially means that the developers have finished their initial work on the title and will now begin creating physical copies to ship around the globe. This also means that barring any unforeseen outcomes, The Last of Us Part 1 won't end up getting delayed past its current release date.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
And
it's real, it's happening.
Per the Hollywood Reporter in an interview with the HBO CEO, I'm going to just say Mr. Blois, which sees the HBO head discussing a number of the network's upcoming projects. The Last of Us release date gets a much-needed update. When asked when audience can expect the adaptation to arrive, Blois shared that the release window is closer to early 2023. Nothing more is revealed in regards to the show and its current status. However, after this confirmed to have been entered, the show has been entered into post-production earlier this summer. I believe the day before the game, not the Game Awards, Summer Games Fest. So all that's cool. And I know the internet got a little toxic personally. And shots, gotta call the shots with shot, listen, I don't, we gotta have better conversations about not price of a game, not is this thing worth $70. We have to give actual, more thoughtful responses to, The Last of Us Part 1 is a game that people are making. Mm-hmm. And we don't know the scope of this remake. You know what? Y'all might be right, and this game is just a remaster or whatever have you. It's The Last of Us Part 1 with more polish. But people are putting their hard work and effort into it. And when we're critical of something, it often gets confused or then taken advantage of by people that are either ignorant or willingly ignorant to console war fanboys that then go into developers' DMs. Mm. And I saw a lot of that happen. And so I think that there needs to be better conversations to have of what is the value of something is so incredibly subjective. So when I take a look at Last of Us Part 1, I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to play it again because it's one of my favorite games of all time. But I remember playing it, Kyle, for the road to greatness as we were getting to Part 2. And it was a little rough. The AI was not as smart. The level design wasn't as beautiful as I thought it was. It was a little rough around the edges. Mm-hmm. And knowing that was, at that time, a 6-year-old game. Game design has come a long way. Kind of like how movies have as well. Mm-hmm. But since games are interactive, unlike movies or TV, you could see how movies are cut differently now, 5 years ago than what they are today, or 50 years ago, today. But you're still getting that story told. And though it may not translate as well, I think video games kind of age the worst. So for me, I'm okay with this. Because I love The Last of Us Part 2's combat. Mm-hmm. I love that game's level design. I love the AI, all that stuff. And if we're updating it for people that have not experienced it yet for the show, awesome. Great. Not every game has to be for you. Not every product has to be for you. And if you don't like the value of something, yes, you can wait for a sale.
Yeah,
yes,
vote
you
with
don't
your
have
wallet.
to buy
That's
it.
your right.
Exactly. Vote with your wallet. Or voice your discontent for something, but be respectful. Don't go into developers' DMs.
Yeah, don't do that.
Please. And if you're a content creator, be smarter. Because, again, I saw Peripherals talking to, kind of subtweeting one of the developers. I was really excited about this, who was kind of saying this isn't a cash grab, and be smarter than that, because I really hated seeing that. Because that guy got so much venom for nothing. Please be nice to people. You don't have to buy this game. No one. And the best lesson to teach PlayStation is not giving you your money when the time comes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Kyle, I'll end the rant here.
Yeah, it's fine.
But for the love of God, the market spoke 2 years ago. They don't care. The wider margin. Look, I would love to keep playing, games for $60. I would love it. But they know they got me with every game that's coming out. I'm going to buy Ragnarok's stupid collector's edition.
I would love to buy a collection edition with a disc included. But you know what? That's not happening, so I'm going to buy it anyway.
Exactly. And, again, when we take a look at these things, take a look at the Last of Us limited edition. In minutes, it sold out.
Yeah.
When it got refreshed, it sold out again. So obviously, the wider market, okay with this. I'm just frustrated at the conversation that we repeatedly have when it's a slow news week and people are just yearning for clicks. There's bigger conversations to be had here. And honestly, conversations that we can't actually have until we see the game for itself. And as gamers, we're so always, I guess, antsy about everything. And that's why companies don't want to talk to us anymore. Because y'all are like this. And I'm telling you this. I saw so many people going, there are a lot of meetings within PR agencies of like, is Twitter even worth it because y'all are so toxic? And not us, like people listening in or whatever. Just the Twitter, social media at large is just so incredibly toxic. And developers are just burnt out. I love what our good friend Sean Capri says. Like, every time there's something new that happens, we always have to throw shade at it. We always have to throw like venom at it for some reason. And you wonder why there aren't as many Xbox events, PlayStation events, Nintendo events, just events in general. It's because every time we see something, we analyze it with a fine-tooth comb, and it isn't the analyzation that you want. It's a lot
Nothing
of
is ever good enough for everybody. And it's a bummer. We should... I know I've said this before, and I'm tired of repeating that phrase that I've said, I've said things before, but like, we should just be freaking happy. We are alive in this timeline where we get to play these games.
Whenever we want.
Let's enjoy the hobby that we love oh so much. That's all I ask. That's all Joe asks. That's all we all ask.
Just be nice to each other.
Play games, love what you love, have a great time doing it, and not look down or yell at other people for what game they choose to buy or not buy, or what they liked or not liked.
What they game on, what they don't.
It's so exhausting. It's exhausting.
Aren't you tired of it? Yeah.
It sucks.
And I love, like, people are like, I saw one comment. I don't know who it was because I was busy at the time, but I would, you know me, call them out. They're like, people I think are defending this because they don't want to look like they're cheap. It's like, I'm not defending it. Again, I would love to play games at $60, but it is what it is.
Hello. Hi. My name is Kyle. The reason why I don't have a lot of games on my shelf is because I had to trade them into GameStop in order to play the next new game.
Yeah. Now,
and I did that until my GameStop closed down last year.
That's right. And let it burn to the ground.
Sucks.
Right. But like, for me, it's just like, it's not because I'm cheap. It's just, again, it's the realization of what the market is,
man.
It's like most people are okay with it, or else all these.
Are you? Let's take it to the real world now. Yeah. Are you not going to go drive to work because you don't want to pay $5 a gallon for gas?
Well, the argument is, why should I buy a $70 game if gas is $5? You shouldn't. You know what I mean?
No, like, we shouldn't. But it is what it is right now. And you get do what you got to do.
And you get to make that decision, I think, is the most important thing. But before we sound like we're apologists, again, if this is too much money for you, and I think there is a valid conversation to be had of like, is this enough content to charge us $70 again?
And when, like,
great question.
When you think of our friends to the north, it's like, what, $90, $100 for a brand new game?
It almost makes that universal healthcare not worth it, I'll tell you that. Only kidding. I need it.
Hey, but listen, if you don't want to spend money for The Last of Us Part 1, throw us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and send it our way, and you might get a chance to win it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Again, buy games that you want to buy. No one's forcing you to. If you want to, like, show the market who's who, just put your money where your literal mouth is on Twitter, because apparently it's not there. And I love it, because I see so many creators, again, I'm not going to name names because the list is too long, that call people, like, they're like, I'll never buy this game. $70 for a video game? Never. And I'm like, and you're all playing Horizon Forbidden West right now. Very funny. So, again, I hate to see where the conversation's gone, and I needed to air that grievance because it's the worst.
Yeah, well,
it really is the worst.
Grievance has been aired, but hey, the Last of Us show though, right?
Dude, here's the thing. So many people are coming to me. They're like, I was downstairs and Amy's just like, hey, yo, Joe, they got a gif of the set right now. Like Joel in his attire, he has a rifle. I'm like, ooh, let me see. Like, people are getting excited. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can't wait. I will be probably crying every episode.
Yeah.
Because Last of Us is my favorite game of all time. There is no question
Absolutely.
at all. So to see the writer from Chernobyl and Neil Druckmann team up to bring it to the screen, the amazing actors and Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and I can't wait to see what Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker and their role in this live action
They're
thing.
her parents. I'm telling it.
100% they are, but I'm so excited for that scene because that's something we don't get in the game. Yeah, I can't wait. You said in our Lost episode, I was like, oh, we'll see the first full trailer Super Bowl Sunday, and then I totally forgot. No, it Last of Us Day, September.
Outbreak
We'll
Day.
see it.
We're gonna see it September. Yeah. We'll get at least a teaser.
Yeah,
100%. And again, how like for people that are coming new to this series after watching the show, they're gonna be playing what Druckmann has said, the definitive version. I think you're going to see parts of this game that, like, I think you're going to see the DLC in this game as part of the game. You know?
Oh, like Left Behind woven in?
Woven in.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like little flashback sequences?
Absolutely. I think you're going to get...
I think that.
I think that's
where
Oh my God.
Go. Yeah, no, in between the seasons.
Yep.
You just do chunks of... Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So I think that's how it's going to make sense. And again, for people that have just played it for the first time, you kind of want this thing to be up to date. So I'm excited. I shout out to my buddy Mo. Got the limited edition for this game. And again, you can win it if you rate us 5 stars out over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But you already told that twice.
You already know.
So why not thrice? Kyle, it's time for the next story on the list. I'm sorry about that TED Talk. Let's go for it.
It happens. So listeners out there, this is the story I was regretting having to do again for reasons you'll find out very soon. Andy Robinson at VGC writes, Dark Pictures Studio Supermassive has been fully acquired. Danish entertainment company Nordisk has full acquired the Dark Pictures and Until Dawn Studios Supermassive Games. Copenhagen, Denmark-based Mordisk Games now holds investments in multiple European games companies, including full ownership of Just Cause and Mad Max developer Avalanche Studios, and part ownership of Call of the Sea publisher Raw Fury and Metroid Samus Return studio Mercury Steam. After taking a 30.7% stake in 2021, Nordisk Games has now acquired 100% of Supermassive, the pair announced on Tuesday. Supermassive Games was the 9th addition to its portfolio and Nordisk Games' first investment in the UK. Quote, it's been a little over a year since Nordisk Games had made an initial investment in Supermassive Games and our vision for the future, said Pete Samuel, CEO of Supermassive Games. During that time, we have found that we share a lot of important values with Michael and his team, and we believe these values to be equally important to our existing commercial partners who we will continue to support. Having had such a positive experience over the past year, it wasn't a difficult decision when Nordisk Games wanted to explore increasing their investment. We have an exciting and ambitious growth strategy for Supermassive Games, and Nordisk Games ownership only enhances that. I'm hugely excited about where the security offered by this partnership and continued access to the expertise within Nordisk Games will take us next. End quote, said Pete Samuel, CEO of Supermassive Games.
Ooh-wee.
I had to emphasize the disc for you listeners at home.
Because you don't want to be Nordisk Games.
You definitely do not.
Totally different studio and a totally different...
That's a whole different realm of the internet. That's incognito mode.
Exactly.
Internet.
That's incognito mode. That is actually, you'll probably see that podcast alongside our podcast on that one website we can't talk about or else, they'll delist us. Kyle, you're a big Supermassive fan.
Yeah.
Seeing this acquisition.
Saying that as one, I've not played any of the Dark Picture Anthology games yet, but
fair.
Until Dawn is one of my favorite PlayStation exclusives.
I was going to say, because I'm not a big Supermassive fan. From what I've played, I think they're all right. Sure. The Quarry looks interesting, but not interesting enough that I Kyle, it's $70. And I said, nah, I'll wait for it to be on sale.
Okay, I was about to say.
I
You
know.
had your rant, no more.
I was gonna make a snippet of this podcast for me demanding and telling why I'm not gonna pay $70 for the Quarry, but I rather than do that, just gonna wait for it to be on sale because I'm a normal, sane person, and I don't need clicks to justify my existence personally.
But yeah,
creating internet beef aside, though, Kyle,
I do love Supermassive because I love narrative-based games.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Telltale back in the day, and I'm excited for whatever it is in their comeback story with what they have, The Expanse and Wolf Among Us 2, and what they're doing another one, aren't they?
We got Wolf Among Us 2. They got The Expanse.
Yeah, there's another one I thought at the Game Awards. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I love those narrative-based games where it is just like it is a movie, but you are in control of the choices. And it's that whole thing where you're watching like a scary movie and you're yelling at the screen, "Oh, don't go in there." You have control of either A, choosing to go in there with the character or doing what you think is right, and whether they live or die, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So I really dig what they do. I'm super excited to get into the Dark Pictures games. Another one is this year. They've steadily been getting better every single new iteration. In the last episode, I looked it up. Every game from Man of Medan to last year's was House of Ashes, I think.
Yeah.
It's only gone up in Metacritic and OpenCritic by a couple points each game. Even the Quarry, it's like now Man of Medan, I think, was 69. Now they're up to 77 or whatever.
Okay.
So they're increasing in quality.
They're learning
from
the game's previous.
This new, like, every year is a new game, which has got to be difficult because that's a full narrative motion capture with actual real actors and performers, and it's super hard work. So I give it up to them, and I want to see them keep going because I feel like this is like a lost art. It will be a lost art when they're not making these kind of things.
Well, that's a good point that you mentioned, because Nathan McErney writes in, why can't we have more point-and-click adventure games? I would love to see a low-budget Uncharted in a point-and-click format. I think it would fit well in the series, as well as you can create a great narrative, puzzles, and find ways around combat, so Nathan Drake is not just a mass murderer. It's fair. I think this is like the future of where, the point and click games are. I think that there is a genre here worth exploring and worth companies taking the risk to explore. Because I think you're right. I think Supermassive has found there's something here and there's an audience here. We just need to find the right vein to tap. And like when I think about like Deck 9 Games, with Life is Strange True Colors and Don't Nod with Life is Strange, there's just so much to explore here that I think these narrative focused experiences and games are in themselves the evolution of, or at least akin to, those point and click adventures from back of the day. And it's just so much fun cooperatively. And I think there is an element where, you could be streaming this with an audience or just be playing it alongside a buddy across the pond or just across the couch. Like, there's a lot of fun here, and I do think you're right. Though Supermassive isn't my, favorite, let's just say, I do think perhaps PlayStation dropped the ball by not acquiring them. Because I don't think every game needs to be these huge AAA, quadruple A games. Some of them just need to exist. And I love what PlayStation has done. Knock on wood, Media Molecule, I hope you're okay. But like with Media Molecule is not, out there creating The Last of Us. They're out there just building on this game called Dreams that is super weird, but people really dig.
Yeah.
And so for that, I think a part of me does think they kind of missed the ball here, but is what it is. Hey, guess what? They get to continue making games. They get to be more financially secure.
Yeah.
I think that's just one for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited for more different types of horror movie games from them.
Yeah.
For forever. I mean, obviously take a break every once in a while. One a year.
Yeah. Hydrate. It's important.
Yeah, please hydrate. Drink some water.
That said, it's a loss all around?
Oh boy.
How we're not going to see Grand Theft Auto 4 or Red Dead Redemption Remaster ever?
Nope, because they are pulled off the table after poor GTA trilogy reception written by Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle. We've long heard rumors that Rockstar Games planned a Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption Remaster, but it looks like those plans are off the table thanks in no small part to Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy Definitive Edition's poor reception. Insider Tez2, who's got a good track record when it comes to Rockstar related leaks, claims to have heard that the remasters were planned a few years ago, but he recons that Rockstar pulled the plug, seeing the way things went with the GTA trilogy.
Oh my god! So it should be retcon. Sermina, that's an.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, retcons
or reckons. Oh, it's probably reckons.
Reckons. By God, I don't know.
Yeah, it's reckons.
All right. Well, Greg McDonald writes in via the good old fashioned email. Remember that?
Ooh.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
Good old Outlook.
That's right. Oh, God.
Talking Hotmail.
Oh, my God.
Jeeves.
Ooh, let's ask someone else. He says, hey, gentlemen, with Rockstar Games canceling the remastered versions of GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption, and not deciding to add any new content to Red Dead Redemption 2, in an effort to put all its resources behind GTA 6, are you more hyped for a new game or bummed the old slangers, aren't getting a fresh coat
How dare you,
of
Greg?
paint? My mind is boggled that a company that has sold over 2 million units between GTA 5 and
200 million.
200 million. Sorry, what did I say?
2 million.
Yeah, then I'd be like, oh, well, I get it. Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't have more resources to give us remastered tasty num-nums. Come on, we're doing something.
All right,
good.
you're winning me back.
Which Joe would love, by the way. I doubt it. While I don't think twice about throwing $70 for a new GTA, I also would love mindlessly tossing cash at old bangers. Damn it, Greg.
I love you, Greg.
Damn it. Made new again. I guess my money is only good for the shark cards or whatever now. Thanks, Rockstar. Hope the wedding was the best there ever was or ever will be. Cheers, Greg, a.k.a. the G-Mac99.
Thanks, Greg. Wedding was awesome.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, this sucks.
Kyle?
Not that I'm a huge GTA 4 fan.
Right.
Or Red Dead Redemption fan.
Oof.
But, like, to just drop those, which would make them lots of money, to go all in on GTA 6, this game, it's got to be massive then, right? And by the way, Rockstar, where's my Bully remake? Come on, please.
Tap me in for a second. One more time on this Last of Us remake thing. Last of Us came out in 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Red Dead Redemption came out 2010. So Last of Us has 3 years on.
Sure.
Or sorry, Red Dead has 3 years on Last of Us.
Same generation of consoles.
Question, internet, personally. Why are we upset? Again, I'm just trying to create an internet fight. I don't know why. But why are we upset at this not coming out, but we are upset at the Last of Us existing? Like part 1. Again, like we are upset that we can't buy this remastered Red Dead Redemption 1 that was rumored for a very long time. But we are upset at this remake that we're getting. And both of them would have probably been, $70 as well. Why are we upset that we're not getting the Red Dead one? It makes no sense because when you take a look at how Rockstar makes games, I love you all guys, but the shooting mechanics did not necessarily evolve much from Red Dead 1 to 2. Just saying. Why are we upset? Just wondering. Because Red Dead 1, you could play on Xbox at 4K 60.
Yeah.
So, funny how we're picking and choosing our battles and things to be upset about. Just saying. But it does suck because I love Red Dead 1, and I would love to revisit it. Absolutely love it. And, I would love to go bowling with Nico. Want to go bowling? With my cousin in GTA 4 in high res. But what I think bums me out the most is that in these 10 plus years of 3 generations of games, we've only gotten one game from Rockstar.
2.
2 games from Rockstar.
Yeah, like also I feel bad for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
The people who play online who had a in-game funeral because Rockstar is not updating or supporting that mode or that game. They dropped the PS5 series version of 2 to do this in addition to these planned remasters.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking just like how much money is being put into GTA 6?
Yeah.
And just how gigantic is this game? Are we going across the continental United States? Like in real time? Like the flight simulator of Grand Theft Auto?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. How gigantic? 200 million units. That's a lot of money from GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just very confused.
It's the most popular piece of pop culture ever.
Which is
bigger
wild.
than Avengers
And you know what?
Endgame.
I can't tell you anything about that story.
Nope.
I played it in full.
It exists.
Yeah, Nope. I know Danny Tamborelli, I think, is in it. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So sucks, but it is sadly what it is. Here's something that comes straight out of the blog, though. PlayStation Plus game catalog lineup for July: Stray, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, Marvel's Avengers, and also available on the 19th, Assassin's Creed Unity, Black Flag, Rogue Remaster, Freedom Cry, and the Ezio Collection. Whole lot of Assassin's Creed. Yeah. Saints Row 4, Re-Elected and Get Out of Hell, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition on PS5, Ice Age Scrats Nutty Adventure. That's also, I think, maybe
it's a scroll that can never get the
but like just
the movies.
That title also deserves to be in incognito mode.
Okay.
Jumanji the video game, Paw Patrol on a roll on PS4, and Ready Set Heroes on PS4. The classic lineup. Kyle, are you holding on to something?
I'm ready.
All right. Don't prepare the drop. Prepare for massive disappointment. No Heroes allowed on PSP, and Loco Roco Midnight Carnival on PSP. Kyle, this is the first refresh of the catalog.
Yeah.
How are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
The games in the extra tier, really cool. Okay. There's a lot there for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I am very bummed about the premium games, the classic games. Yeah. Not the selection. Cause like I never played those 2 PSP games. Who knows? They could be great. I'm more bummed that there's only 2.
Right.
I was hoping for at least 1 per classic system.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of hoping every month. And the thing is, the reason why I think I'm bummed is we know games have been rated.
Yes.
And we know they're there.
like Cypher Filter, Resistance,
Dark Mirror. Yeah, like we know. Like Dino Crisis, we know that they are there.
Right, like Muffinmon writes in, just like you can too. He goes, I write with you with an issue. Sorry. Why do other countries, this is part 2 of his question, why do other countries get more games than us on PlayStation Plus Premium than Extra? EU gets Dino Crisis Ridge Racer this month, and Japan has all the Legend of Heroes Trials games. Why? Here's the thing. That's not true, Kev. And I know you would think it is because it was on the blog, right? But they took it off. Yeah. So Sony accidentally leaked this stuff. So those things are in limbo somewhere.
So they will happen eventually. Just not this month.
And so I think right now the lineup for premium is not worth it. I don't think the cadence that they have introduced, or maybe just what they've introduced so far, I wouldn't say cadence, isn't great. And it's a bummer. So right now, if I had to tell you anything, I'd tell you go for PlayStation Plus Extra, because there's a ton of games to play.
Stray day one,
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade.
Intergrade, yeah, like Avengers. Heard nothing but great things. Yeah. Now that it's been out for a while, and they've learned from their mistakes a little bit. There's a lot there. That's on top of all the other games that were already on that service. Like there's a lot to be happy about.
Now, talking about Marvel's Avengers, to go back to the Muffin Man right here is part one. He says, "I write to you with an issue of much importance. Carpool gaming has seemingly brainwashed people into thinking smooth peanut butter is the best. Please correct the masses with your infinite wisdom and preach about the gospel of crunchy." I'll preach about the gospel of extra crunchy peanut butter. I think that is important to note.
So here's the bit I was hoping would stay lost in the Lost episode. Mm-hmm. I'm Team Smooth. I can't stand crunchy peanut butter.
So in this Civil War scenario, am I Tony Stark and you're Captain America?
I will gladly be Cap in this scenario.
That's cool because I'm friends with Spider-Man and I made a suit. Who gets to really win here?
I mean,
yeah. And that's the thing. That's how bad I think premium sucks. Is we'd rather be talking about what peanut butter is best. Extra crunchy, which is obvious, extra crunchy.
I mean, let's take it back a little bit.
Okay.
It is the first refresh. Growing pains, they've got to learn.
You're right.
Hopefully they're listening. Please do more than what this is from the classic side of things. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing with the extra tier. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10, 11, 12 new games in addition to all the other ones.
Half a dozen Assassin's Creed games. You got stuff to play.
Yeah, there's a lot there in that tier. It's just, I think the allure to this refresh of PlayStation Plus was the classics being brought out and being available to play, and there's just not a whole lot there yet.
Yes, absolutely. But shout out to Stray getting so much love.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to play. Oh, I'm so excited for it. Are you like super hyped for next week?
I'm actually super hyped because I've heard maybe nothing but great things about this game.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And if we were in a fantasy league with our friends over at the Carpool Gaming, I would be a little concerned.
Yeah,
I would be a little concerned.
Especially also because we have more money in the bidding pool than them, and we could just straight up just bid out them for Bayonetta 3 and just have them.
And they're like, and they're playing, they're like, we don't need it. No, we got
Bayonetta 2 got a 91 because that was only a Wii U. Nintendo fanboys. Well, guess what? Kirby got an 80 something. Come on now.
Come on.
I played that game. It is not that good.
Not at all. So okay, PlayStation Platinum. Sorry, it should be.
It should be. Yeah.
PlayStation Plus Premium. First mistake. Not great yet. Wait on it. I'm not going to take a snippet of this podcast and tell you how disappointed I am and direct the blame at a developer. That's not what I'm going to do.
Nope. Don't you do that either.
I'm going to do. Flash news. Gotta go fast. New details on the new Skate game. Guess what? Ooh. And this comes from Nibel, by the way. It's just called Skate. Guess what again? Have you heard of this? Have you seen about this? Live service, free-to-play game. All right,
ooh, nice.
I'm a little worried. All right, fine. Coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC with cross-play / cross-progression.
Love it.
Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Microtransactions will be focused on cosmetics and convenience. Ooh,
wonder what that is.
What is convenience?
Does that mean I get to level up my Ollie stat?
Do a kickflip.
Hey, Spider-Man! Do a kickflip.
Do a kickflip. And still early in development. Take y'all time, everybody.
Yeah, take your time.
Y'all time. Here's one. Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Multiverses beta is dropping. Quote from their Twitter, spit take. You heard that right. MVPs. Early access starts next week with full open beta on July 26th. Hashtag multiverses. The WB game where you get to fight as Arya Stark against Batman and what's the other one? The Scooby-Doo and
I think
Super
there's some
Saiyan
Steven
Shaggy.
Universe characters in there.
No idea who they are, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a look at like cartoon? I know we're running a little late, but like, have you ever taken a look?
You're
at
the
like,
one that has to run somewhere else.
I get it. It's important that we talk about this though. You take a look at like modern cartoons, you're like, oof.
Yeah.
What are these kids watching nowadays?
I think we had it pretty good with like Rocko's Modern Life and just Nickelodeon in general.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. What was like the kids in the treehouse? And they're
Kids in the Tree.
yeah. They were like secret agents. You know what I'm talking about? You seen this or heard about this?
It's not coming to my brain.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know.
Anyway, we got Fairly Odd Parents. Like we had
agents in the
treehouse. I think there were like 9 of them. It's coming back to me slowly. We had the definitive Teen Titans as well.
Oh, you know what? Shout out to the new Teen Titans. That movie was pretty good.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
Nope, they don't exist to me. No. And Raven is still Bay.
Oh, was it this one?
What is it?
Codename Kids Next Door?
Damn, Codenames Kid. Like, we got it.
I've never heard of this one, actually.
Yeah, we had Kablam. Like, it's awesome. All right, Kyle, are you holding on to something? Maybe nostalgic memories?
How about my Death's Door Special Reserve copy physical, which is number 69 out of 2,500?
Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront in the week of July 11th. On July 11th, Froggo, PS5 and PS4.
1 minute platinum.
See, we're already breaking the PlayStation size program. And if it breaks and they take it away from us, and I don't get to make a "how dare you, PlayStation, you took away," it's Kyle. Direct all your hate at Kyle. He deserves it this week, not me.
Whoa.
July 12th, Hellpoint on PS5. Kroot Mythic Wings comes to PS5, PS4. Time on Frog Island. And what stays on Frog Island
stays on there.
There you go. The Quest for Excalibur on PS4. July 13th, Rayland, PS5 and PS4. Strikers, 1945 2. Uh-oh. I don't think that's a year you want to always constantly live. Strikers, 1945. Actually, no, that's the one that we won. All right, whatever. The Pacific Theater was still going on, so it's pretty rough if you're in the Pacific Theater. Anyway, nonetheless, Strikers, 1945 3 on PS4. Whiskey Story on PS5.
Another very easy platinum. 5 minutes tops.
Zero Gunner 2 on PS4. Are you looking that one up?
No.
Okay. July 14th, Mothman 1966 comes to PS4. Superola Champion on PS5, PS4. 200 Ways on PS5, PS4. And on July 15th, DC League of Super Pets, The Adventure of Crypto and Ace comes on PS4. Kyle, Mothman,
hey,
1966.
Nate, yeah, I was about to say, Nate wanted more point-and-click adventure kind of games like
That's
that.
Your game.
Mothman is that game. We're a big fan of that game over at 61 Indie. It is that pulp fiction kind of old school MS-DOS looking visuals, but it's a story of like the Men in Black trying to or cover up like, you know, these monsters that have crash landed on Earth. Something similar like that, like a secret society.
And it looks like it's coming off like a Commodore 64. I'm digging
Exactly. It's very, very cool. We love that at 61 Indie when we played a little bit of the preview stuff. So really cool that it's coming to PlayStation. Yeah, go give that one a shot.
Absolutely. And now, Kyle, it's time for my favorite segment of the night. It's the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw! Toxic writes, with The Last of Us Part 1 coming in in the first week of September, and Stray coming out less than a week from now. Yay! Are there any games either coming out this summer or on your backlog that you want to knock out before September hits? For me, it's looking like Stray and Cult of the Lamb in August are the 2 new games that'll be holding me over. 110% on the same boat there, Toxic.
Yep.
You're a genius. You're a beautiful man. Stray, 100% on board. Get to meow 1,000 times. That's what I've been told over and over again. It seems like 1,000 times. I'm in. Cult of the Lamb looks better and better every time I look at it. I'm on board.
Yep.
But for me, it's about going back to Horizon and platinuming it.
Sure.
That is the next on the list. I've been playing a little bit of Anno Mutation.
Mutationum.
Yeah. Digging that one. Because it's a lot of cyberpunk meets, I believe they're a Japanese or Chinese developer. So you get some like kind of like Eastern spheres.
I should know this because they're a 6-1 Indie Showcase alum.
And that's the reason why I actually got it. I saw it on the 6-1 Showcase. And I was just like, this needs to be a game that I play, and I really dig it. It's a cool 2.5D side-scrolling, not beat 'em up, but just side-scroll action game.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Ton of fun. Been loving it.
For me, Cult of the Lamb Stray for sure. Rollerdrome, and it looks super super cool from the makers of Ali Ali World. But yeah, I'm all about that backlog. I need to get back to Horizon. Obviously, I'm tired of saying that here. I'm sorry.
By next week, you've played it.
Yes, 100%. Whether it's a minute or 30 seconds or 5 hours, I will have played it by next week.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I need to go back to actually play Ghostwire Tokyo and Wonderland's Finish and The Quarry and Dying Light 2. I want to check out a little bit just so that I'm ready for like
the game of the year
stuff. So I played enough and not just put in 500 hours of MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be that person anymore. I need rehab.
Oh, God.
This is my cry for help. Someone break into my home, steal my copy, and then just leave.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'm going to stop playing.
Yeah, for me, it's to play a few more little indies, platinum a few more games. That's what I'm at. And play the shit out of Stray and absolutely cool. There's just so many great indies this year. And I'm not an indie guy, and it's been...
Yeah. They're the lifeblood of video games, man. They hold up all the droughts in between the big ones.
They really do. And then some. That said, Millennial Falcon Gaming says, this one's for the Sony Pony Express. Gentlemen, stop. Yeah. I write to you with hopes that you're both well and happy. Stop. As a fellow hunter of shiny trophies, I'm inclined to ask you your strategies, and you'd offer some guidance on fellow platinum chasers. Stop. What guides your decision on what games to platinum? Stop. Do you aim to platinum on... I tried to go like an old-fashioned telegram, because like this is for... Yeah. I tried to be thematic in it. It didn't work. Do you aim to platinum on the first playthrough? Are there any games that you just want to finish? Curious on how you approach your platinums. Best of luck on the hunt. I await your response. Sincerely, Millennial. Stop. Yeah, I got the last one. So here's what I do. I say it all the time. If it is a game that I love, you're getting platinumed. But I do check the trophy list, and I go to like PlayStation profiles or whatever, PSN trophies. If it's above an 8, I'm not even going to try. If it is at a 7, I'm going to attempt if I really like you. If your game is like, go beat the story again, that's a bad trophy. Please, 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 please reconsider.
Yeah, and that's saying like, we both love Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Hated having to play it a second time.
And not because you want to, but just solely
it's so soon after. Yeah, it was a bit of a bummer. For me, I just play the game to try to enjoy it. And as I'm getting into it, I will look at the trophies to see if I'm gaining on it or keep an eye out for like any combos I need to do or what sort of collectibles or if I have to clear out 100% of the zone and whatnot. Excuse me. But like, yeah, that I really do try to enjoy the games that I am platinuming. Yeah. What, you were muted.
I'm sorry, I muted my mic for a second because I was like, "You're dying," and then it was a long pause. I said,
"Oh no, I like it." I had a hiccup in my throat. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm known to get a cheap platinum here and there.
Yeah.
It's I just love the thrill of it, so that's why trophy hunting's cool.
Yeah.
That should be a shirt. Trophy hunting is cool.
Trophy hunting is cool. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'll hit up De Niro Premiere. Let's see what we could get on a shirt. Matt Kennedy writes, "Hey Joe and Kyle, hope you're having a great summer so far. This might be a question for everyone's favorite segment, the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. Did I forget the yeehaw?
No, you did. This is now the third question that says Sony Pony Express, so you kind of have to throw yeehaw in there.
You named it.
Yeah, it's 100%. I did name it.
I
also named the show, damn it.
You're right. Guys, Kyle's real good at naming stuff. With Sony's new approach in the video game market, with their monitors, headsets, and other peripherals, especially on PC, what do you think their vision to wanting to be the Nike of gaming peripherals. It seems like a lot of these ideas to focus on esports area of gaming, especially now owning Evo. You guys have mentioned some of your ideas in the show and literally have seemed to have predicted this. Love to hear your insight. Again, this is like another sphere of games that we're always kind of out of it. Like, we're like, oh yeah, you guys exist and all your athletes have ridiculously bad names. And we just go on with our days. We never kind of understand that, like, these things fill actual stadiums of people.
Oh yeah, Overwatch League is huge.
Right, like League of Legends is massive.
Yeah.
The Fortnite Cups, like, all these things are massive. And, you know, there was like a quote from a Sony exec going like, we want to make our brands the Nike, our peripherals, the Nike of gaming gear. Which is a really bold statement to make.
It really is. But I can see the vision. I can see why.
I can see the vision, but then you're also up against like your Astros, your Turtle Beaches, your Steel Series that I love so much. Product placement. So like you are up against stiff competition, but you only know of Astros, Steel Series, and all that because they've been in this field for so long. And guess what? We see Ninja wearing them, and we're like, I want to see, you know, what Astros are all about. You're going to see, I don't know, Laser Beam, I think, is a guy that exists.
There you go.
He has Steel Series, so we want to check out Steel Series.
Yeah.
There's
a thing. Yeah, there's a thing for people who don't watch streamers on Twitch or anything where you can type a command in chat, and it will tell you what their layout is and setup is, and down to the memory used in their PC and what keyboard and what mouse pad and lighting and everything down to it. And it's very similar as a sports fan myself. It's like I want to buy the David Wright Mets jersey because he's my favorite player and I love watching him. So I want that jersey to be just like David Wright.
Yeah.
It's so why not have this brand of peripherals so you can be like, I want to be just like Pokemon and wear the in zone headsets, you know, like it's like kind of like that same feeling of wanting to be like your favorite streamer. Cause like very low key and surprising, like esports is growing gigantically.
Yeah.
Colleges have legit esports team. You can get a scholarship to play esports at college.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And we're not talking University of Phoenix. We're talking about some like real schools.
Actual school.
Anybody like I graduated valedictorian of University of Phoenix.
Hey, good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah. That's it. I lost steam.
I love you guys. I'm sorry, University of Phoenix. Now I've started beef with the whole university and the graduates. But yeah, like it's a bold claim, but if anybody has a brand to throw in that ring of good peripherals, like again, these Sony headphones that I'm wearing, I love their TVs. So for me, I'm like, yeah, they could definitely put a foothold in there. And if Sony wants to throw their literal brand Sony, that insignia, that emblem, whatever, on the package and say, you know what? We're entering the headset market as Sony, not PlayStation. That's huge. That is really huge. And if you're going to then throw it in places like Evo, Valorant tournaments are now officially in zone.
I think Riot Games are also using. Oh yeah, that's Valorant.
That's Valorant.
There was another one. From the last episode, there was another event that's also using them.
Oh God, who knows at this point?
Damn it.
It's just an enigma. But like you're seeing more and more of these, you know, these big titles starting or big, you know, events, whether it's Evo, whether it's Valorant, whether it's the mystery one that we're blanking on, you know, that's the start. Now Sony has to actually double down and say we don't just want to be in this space, but we deserve to be in this space. So for me, I think that's my only, not to say issue, but like pause is like, is Sony just saying these things because they're launching a new peripheral, or do they really mean it? And the one thing that I'm always concerned about with Sony is sometimes they try to be way too premium and prestige, and they lose market share because of it. Like they used to be the majority market share in the TV market, and then they try to be way too premium, and they just kind of lost a lot of ground to the cheaper brands like Vizio or the more premium screens like LG. So I think Sony needs to play it smart, realistic, and really go for the core gamers. And if the headsets are anything to indicate, I think they kind of sort of get it. Those monitors, though, for me, and I'm not like a PC gamer, so I don't know if those specs are anywhere decent. That's really expensive. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of concerned about. But I do like how their products are mirroring the PS5, and the PS5 is mirroring their other products. So I do dig it, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, and just to have their name in with all these other sponsors for Valorant, right? Valorant's global partners are Verizon, HyperX, Red Bull, AIM Labs, Secret Lab, and Amazon's Prime Gaming. To have Sony in that as well is pretty cool. And also a cool little thing that is, I think, if you watch esports, would be a nice little added thing and a good way to show off why these headsets are premium. Sony InZone is the first global headset partner of the VCT. As part of the sponsorship, VCT matches will feature a new open mic segment, which provides live audio from players during a match. So as you're watching the Valorant tournament, you'll be able to hear the players talking to each other to see hopefully how clear that is. It could be a problem.
I'm
could be a problem.
Again, I'm not in the space. I only see every time they're like, this guy said a whole bunch of racial slurs.
Listen, I've seen some Madden competitions where they are just downright awful to each other.
Awful human beings. They're like, oh, look at these Swiss miss people, and then like the Swiss, like the Swedish people are like, how dare you? And they're like,
what?
Yeah, you got one team calling like, "Oh, we got a whole bunch of wooden shoes," and like people from Norway are like, "Hey, they're calling us wooden shoes." That joke was going somewhere in between. It lost me. I tried to make a Swedish joke and why. Oh no, that's Dutch. Dutch people wear wooden shoes, right?
Oh yes, they do.
Lederhosen.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy European customs. Don't understand it. All right. Well, listen, I'm canceled. So this has been a great show. This has been fantastic. And honestly, I want to thank everybody because, this was a re-recording. So there was a lot of questions we did answer on the show that were from the previous recording. There were some we had to drop due to time and honestly, because we didn't want to just be robots and repeat the same things over and over again. So I want to thank you guys for staying with us, being so supportive, because when I had to delay this week's episode to Friday, Kyle knows I wasn't a happy camper, and to see so many people come out with all the love and support of the show and what we do has been just fantastic. So thank you, and I hope it was worth the wait. And Kyle, is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we head on out of here?
Of course, I like to spotlight myself, Mr. K-Step on Twitter, PSN, all the things. Trellish has been championing for us to do a indie minute on the show. Not saying it's not going to happen, but you can follow all my indie thoughts over at 61indie.com. We are coming back from our mini summer break because there's a wedding. So IndieCast next week is back. We're going to be talking about indie games with music elements because there's a music festival. I don't know if you know this. This upcoming weekend where it's just performers doing in-game music. And you can just kind of like chill out and listen and watch.
I like that.
So yeah, we're going to talk about that. So 61indie.com, that's SIXONEINDIE, and 61IndieCast, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Ooh-wee. And you can find me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. You can find the show over at PS Trophy Room, where you get all the latest updates on the show and of PlayStation itself as they happen. And, sometimes I share a couple of good memes here or there. So go make sure you follow us over there at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. And remember, rate us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts, over on Spotify. Get yourself a chance to win The Last of Us Part 1, but you already know that. And you're going to yell at me. I get it. So please make sure you do follow us, though, on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. I always forget to say that, and I regret it. And make sure you follow us on Spotify as well. Again, these things really help us grow. It really does build this channel up, because when people come and, click on the podcast and they're like, oh, only 2 reviews, sometimes they just up and leave. So when they see that big, beautiful number, which as of right now on the US alone, we're at 271 reviews on Apple, that really does help. So please send them more our way. It really does help us out, get you a chance to win an amazing game. Maybe even your first time playing, who knows? But yeah, make sure you go rate us over there. And patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. There was a question, I believe, from Drellish. They're just like, hey, what are your plans for, the Game of the Year stuff? Guys, we have a lot of big plans for our Game of the Year show. We want it to be one of the biggest indie award shows out there. We can only do that with your support over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So please head over there. Even if it's just $1, it really does help us out. We can use all the support we can. We are not advertised. We have said no to all the Manscaped ads because this is important to us about being community run. So with all that said, and with all that out of the way, that was a lot of me talking. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.